Hi everyone, this is Amy Tan, a garden girl at Two Peas in a Bucket. Once again here to show you a Project Life video, and I just wanted to show you my album for this year. It's looking really good. There are a few gaps, but it's basically filling up really nicely, and as you know, we're about halfway through. I hope you guys are doing very well in keeping up and making it your own and finding what works for you. Enjoy the video. Thanks. This week I chose to use only one collection in my entire spread, and I decided on Atlantic from Studio Calico. It's new in the shop. This is what the layout looks like, and I'll show you my process. Alright, I always print out my pictures or have my photos ready for the week, and I collect my little bits. This cute card was sent by Laura Craigie, and I want to include it in the spread. I am just focusing on the left side to begin with, and I'm going to choose my background papers that I'd like to cut up. Typically, I will take a collection and actually flip the papers over to my favored sides, but I didn't have a chance to do that with this one. Plus, there's so many sheets that I like both sides of. So I think that this is the best strategy, just to go through them really quick and pull out 4 or 5 sheets. Although I rarely work with just one collection, what's nice about it is that you know all the papers and embellishments will coordinate, so you can't really go wrong. I love this paper. Not going to use it yet. Alright, so once I've kind of chosen my papers, it's taking me a while to decide. There's so many good ones. I chose that navy blue one with the constellations and the stars mainly because we took an overnight flight, so I'm just going to use it for that little pocket right there. Okay, so I decided on switching things up a little bit, and these are the photos I'm definitely going to use, and I have that Huckleberry business card for when I went to brunch. I'm just going to trim these down to 4x6 and 3x4s. I love this Fiskars trimmer. It's my favorite one, and it's nice to know that they have it in the shop along with the refill blades. As you can see, I'm simply making sure I cut the cards down to size for the pockets. This one's going to be a 4x6 vertical, probably go right there. Another 3x4. And I may as well just adhere this down since I know it's the only thing that's going to go on to this particular card, and slide it into the pocket. Just moving things around a little bit to see what looks aesthetically pleasing. Like I said before, because all these papers come from one collection, you can't really go wrong. They will coordinate, they will match. These anchors are perfect. We were still in Hawaii at the beginning of this week, and it was actually unfortunately the day that the bombing happened in Boston. So I definitely want to make a note of that. Oh, that looks actually a little bit better, a little cleaner. So sometimes when it gets too busy, because I put that anchor paper down, I wanted to flip it over to the pink side instead of having all those swirls. Alright, that looks pretty good there. And this is what I'm going to work with for my embellishing. Alright, so I've got these die cuts from Studio Calico, and I'm just going to go through and decide what I want to put where. That silhouette of the States is perfect. Cute little anchor. These are vellum bits, which are kind of neat because it's printed vellum and you can see on the back of the package exactly which styles and which cuts are included. So I'm just going through, I want to use this little wave, I think, but I'm going to still focus on this, so I'm just using this arrow and just going through and picking what I think will be best from this packet. This little star is pretty cute. All right, now I want to use some of this cork. So here is the finished left side, or I thought I was finished, but then I discovered that I wanted to use this pool bracelet, so I just cut it with scissors and glued it down with some tape runner. There, that looks pretty cute. I like how the gray ties in with all the other gray that we have going on the left side. It's a little crooked, that's okay. All right, so now I'm focusing on the right side. I've got my photos and I want to trim them up. These are just photos I printed off of my home printer. It's nothing fancy. It's an HP OfficeJet 6210 all-in-one. I don't recommend it. It's just one that I've had for a long time. Let's see. I've also got to trim these photos. I went to a book signing with Kelly Oxford. She has this really funny book out, and it's her first one. And so it was really neat to include, and I had her sign some stuff. But okay, so this picture had a white border. I had it printed through Persnickety, and I'm actually cheating a little bit here because I'm using washi tape from Pebbles instead of from Studio Calico, but it's mainly because Studio Calico doesn't have any. So I'm putting this tape along and I just fold over the edges because I'm a little bit lazy to trim it off. All right, so with this Trader Vic's menu, I'm simply going to cut out this map and put it into the upper right hand pocket, but I want to mount it on a sheet of pattern paper first. Now I want to take this tiny little anchor that I punched out. It's a little pink anchor, and I'm just adding a little bit of liquid adhesive, it's Tombow, onto the back of it. And then I'm going to put it down somewhere. That looks good. All right. Now I want to spell out Berkeley on this little portion of this card. Since I know it's not going to fit, I'm going to plan on doing 2 rows, even though the word looks like I've misspelled it. I had to check a couple times to make sure it was correct. There we go. Now moving on to another quadrant. Like I said, I don't go in order, and I just make adjustments as I need to. So I want to put this business card from a restaurant called Jelena down, and then I'm going to cut off this extra part and put it onto the other card, hopefully around the same place, so it's lined up. There we go. Then I'll add the photos. Looks like a perfect fit. And we're good to go. After some more embellishing and a little bit of journaling, I finished up the layout. It saved me a lot of time using just one collection. I highly recommend you try it. Thanks for watching.